Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Anna. I am a portrait photographer in the Chicagoland area, and today we're going to be talking about some photography TikTok trends. I stumbled on this video where you take an old toilet paper roll and you tape it to the back of your phone and turn on the flash, which creates a circle and you have some shadow play to work with there. So I asked Nicole, who is a model in the area, to be my subject for the day. One thing that you're gonna have to keep in mind when you are doing this photo shoot is that the ambient light is gonna have to be dark. So if you are doing it in a room like the one that I am in here, where it has a lot of natural light coming in, it's gonna have to be taken later in the day. Or if you have a studio, just don't use any other lights besides this flash that's coming off of the phone. The photos with Nicole came out great, but it wasn't exactly the vision that I had in mind. So here's a couple tips and tricks that I would let you guys know if you guys are planning to do something similar like this. Like I had mentioned before, you are only using this flash as your main source of light, so the rest of the room has to be very dark. If you are using a camera flash from your phone, it's obviously not as strong as, say, a Godox AD200, so you're gonna have to make sure that there's no other lights that are coming in to abstract from the actual intent of your photo. On that same topic, if I were to do this photo shoot again, I would most likely use something a little bit stronger than a phone flash, most likely my Godox AD200, only because it's going to provide the output that I was looking for. And I would have to come up with some sort of solution to be able to cone it or to get the circle result that I was looking for. Another thing that I had noticed is the settings that I was using wasn't the accurate things that I should have done. I set the ISO way too high, and that caused the darks and the blacks to not be in the exact color scheme that I had wanted, as well as the whites not being super bright. So next time that I'm doing this, I would try to get the ISO as low as possible so I could be able to get the sort of result that I was looking for straight out of camera. Another thing that I had noticed is that I was playing around with the shutter speed, and the thing that you have to remember with shutter speed is that the lower the shutter speed is, the slower it's going to be, especially if you're using handheld and you're taking pictures of a person or a subject and doing a portrait. You're most likely going to get the photos blurry and out of focus. So it's best to make sure that you keep the shutter speed at a high setting so that way you're able to get the portrait in focus. I went ahead and took some photos and recreated it using just my phone instead of my Sony camera, and I wanted to see if there was going to be a different result. With these newer phones, they do have a night mode, and I would suggest to turn that off, only because it's not going to give you the result that you're looking for, or at least the intent that they had from that TikTok video. So the first thing that you're going to have to do is turn off night mode. Taking pictures with the camera on your phone obviously has some limitations, like the inability to change specific settings if you were comparing it to a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to get the same exact result. To prove it to you, I decided to take a couple photos of myself and using just my iPhone 12 to see if I would be able to get something that I was looking for in the same exact realm as the original video that I saw. I would suggest using two different phones if you have the ability to do it. I would suggest either borrowing from a friend, or if you happen to have an old phone lying around, to use that as the one that you tape up with the toilet paper roll and set up on a tripod. The tripod that I was using is actually one that I've been planning on reviewing, so if you're interested in that review, feel free to comment down below and like this video. The last thing that I want to mention is to just have fun with it. You can do this as a really basic start to shadow play, and if you decided to change some different shapes and change some different colors, you can do it with even other flashes or even other lights, like using an LED or even a Godox. If you guys do recreate this trend, please feel free to tag my Instagram. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. But that is all that I have for you guys today. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification button to get notified every single time I post a new video. If you're interested in other TikTok trends or other behind the scenes YouTube videos that I've done, I have a playlist that will be listed up here as well as in the description box below. I also have different playlists like Traveling the World with Me and Seeing What I Do in My Free Time, so that will be also listed in the description box below. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys are staying safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.